Good evening, everyone. How are you all? I hope you are all fine. Good. So, let's start today's topic. So, like in today class, we discuss new topics related to uh, previous chapter, uh, which is uh, political science, class 8th. So, let's go through. So, first of all, students, one question for you. So, you have to like answer this particular questions and yes, students. So, question is like, what did you we can say that did you basically we can say what did you notice like any scheduled tribes uh, or Adivasis in your area or we can say that community. Let's discuss. Yes, students. तो आपने कुछ ऑब्जर्व किया होगा उस कम्युनिटी जैसे हम पिछली जो क्लास में हम पढ़ रहे थे जो मार्जिनलाइज्ड पीपल के बारे में यू कैन से तो आपने कहा था कि जो हम ऑब्जर्व करके लाएंगे तो आपको बताना है तो व्हाट आपने कौन कौन से ऐसे जो कम्युनिटी या फिर वी कैन से दैट जो ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल को ऑब्जर्व किया जो कि बिल्कुल जो हमसे डिफरेंट है they have adopt own culture, they have adopt own religion. Yes, so yes, students, you can answer now. Yes, sir. First of all, we observe assured one of the uh, community, and then second Bega, very good students, Bega. And then sir we can uh, Banjara. Banjara also we observed Banjara, and then Birhur. Okay, very good. Birhur, very good students. So all these some type of community, or we can say that tribal people we found in our locality, in our surroundings. Okay, so this is so students, you have to observe this these images and tell me what assumption these images क्या बताए जैसे कि we can say that जैसे हमने पिछले क्लास में पढ़ा तो जैसे कि ये जो marginalized people हैं they have own culture, they have own belief, उनका एक अलग मानना है, उनका एक अलग सोचना है, अगर फिर उनका जो एक अलग तरीका अपनाना है, and they have celebrate own festival. तो इनका जो एक जो कह सकते हैं जो environment है they have create own society, वो अपना एक अलग समाज तैयार करते हैं, अपना एक अलग परिवेश बनाते हैं, they have all about this. तो बेसिकली जो है उनका जो हम कह सकते हैं जो assumption है वो बेसिकली इन जो मार्जिनलाइज्ड पीपल है या फिर कैसे जो डिप्राइव्ड पीपल है उनका एक अलग ही सब कुछ हमें देखने को मिलता है. यस स्टूडेंट, यस और नो? वेरी गुड. सो नाउ वी discuss in detail and next slide. So go to move to next slide. Yes student. So first topic arises stereotyping Adivasis. तो कुछ ऐसे आदिवासीज होते हैं we can say that stereotyping Adivasis. Okay students, so basically we can say कि जो in India, first thing is in India we visually showcase Adivasis communicate communities in particular ways, and for example in colorful customs headgear and the through their dancing. Besides this, we seem to know very little about the realities of their lives, and this often wrongly leads to people believing that they are exotic, primitive, and then backward. And then second next thing is often Adivasis are blamed for their back of advancement, as they believe to the resident to challenge their new ideas. Stereotyping particular communities can lead to people discriminating against the such of groups. So all these about उनका जो स्टीरियोटाइपिंग कुछ आदिवासीज हैं उनका मानना कुछ अलग कि हम अलग हैं या फिर हमारा परिवेश ही कुछ ऐसा है, पर ऐसा नहीं. जो बेसिकली जो हमें पर जो सभी नहीं, पर जो कुछ ऐसे भी हैं जो कम्युनिटी में आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं, they want achieve something in our life, and they वो चाहते हैं कि डेवलप हो कुछ हमारे समाज में, हमारे परिवेश में. So all these things. So students, we can say that keeping the stereotyping concept in mind, are Adivasis only limited to stereotypes? तो आपको क्या लगता है कि आदिवासी है जो हैं वो ओनली जो स्टीरियोटाइप हैं? तो लाइक नो वी कैन, जो हम ये भी नहीं कह सकते बस आदिवासी लाइक इंडिजिनियस पीपल आर द लाइक discriminants of the those who inhabited the region since before the time when people of different cultures and geographical region arrived. Our like communities have language, religions, culture, social, economics, and political system of our own. That rest of the pillars of like our jal, jungle, jameen, water, water, forest, land. Each Adivasi community is distinct and like unique, and the firmly believe the community collective is solely in the jungle and jameen. तो हम कह सकते हैं और अलग आदिवासी का मानना है, उनका भी ये कहना है कि जो तो जो स्टीरियोटाइप जो आदिवासी हैं वो भी अब कम रहे हैं, हम देखने को मिलता है कि वही कम ही चाहते हैं कि वो ऐसे माहौल में रहें, ऐसे बैकग्राउंड में रहें। वो चाहते हैं कि वहां से जो है दे लाइक वहां से हट जाएं या वहां से वो अलग हो और जो उनमें डेवलपमेंट हो, उनमें एक बदलाव हो। ओके स्टूडेंट, सो लाइक ऑल दीज थिंग्स, सो ये चाहते हैं वो अपने लाइफ में। ओके स्टूडेंट, सो लाइक दिस इज ऑल अबाउट लाइक वी कैन से दैट। So now you have to like observe this particular like image and tell me what comes in your mind. Like you can see that this particular image like Sridhya Suresh, okay, and they're like Kerala must travels women to crack civil services exam to join as a assistant collector in Kozhikode. तो like अगर हम बात करें कि एक ऐसे ही जो लड़की की जो कि डिप्राइव्ड है या फिर क्या वी कैन से दैट लाइक जो मार्जिनलाइज्ड, फिर भी जो ये अपने कह सकते हैं कि बलबूते पे इसने वो पूरा किया। ओके स्टूडेंट्स, सो एक अपनी सोसाइटी में एक अलग पहचान बनाई। ठीक है, सो लाइक दिस इज ऑल अबाउट। सो मूव फॉरवर्ड। सो लाइक फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज स्टूडेंट अराइजिंग लाइक डिफाइन द टर्म स्टीरियोटाइप। तो लाइक यस स्टूडेंट, व्हाट डू यू थिंक? डिफाइन द लाइक व्हाट डू यू से डिफाइन द टर्म स्टीरियोटाइप? Yes, student. You can say that like stereotyping basically like ground like ground or present like participate like stereotyping. Okay, we can say they also say that like to form a like fixed and like often like untrue or only we can say partially true idea about. So about like it's unfair to stereotype people according to where they live. Okay student, so like this is all about. And so second question like why are Adivasis represented in exotic and like primitive community? तो आपको क्या लगता है कि जो ये क्या ऐसा क्यों होता है? Why are Adivasis represented as exotic and primitive? So like through claim to be the original inhabitants of the like India, many like present day Adivasis communities formed, and we can say that after the decline of the Indus Valley civilization, harboring like various degrees of ancestry from the ancient hunters and gatherers Indus Valley like civilization. So like this is all about. So we can move forward. Yes, student. So now you have to like observe this particular image and tell me what comes in your mind. Like you have to observe first of all this is image particular like depict our India, and like we can see that in this particular image कि जो different minerals हमारे इंडिया में पाए जाते हैं like और different हमारे इंडिया के पार्ट में like उत्तर प्रदेश में, बिहार में, and then like छत्तीसगढ़, तो like so many different minerals available is there. Like we can say that lead and zinc, copper, like bushels and like non gold, and so lions. So like we can say that all types of metal and non-metal found in all over the India. Okay student, so like this is all about. So now move to next. Yes, so like in next topic we discuss like development and Adivasis. Okay, क्या develop हुए आदिवासी में या फिर क्या ऐसा हुआ? So like we can see that like forests were like absolutely like crucial to the development of all like empire and settled civilization in India. Metal ores like iron and copper and gold and silver gold and like diamonds, like invaluable, and timber, most medical herbs and animals, like products, works, like, and then like imperial armies, like all come from the forests. Forest covered the like major part of our country till the 19th century, and the like advisory had a deep knowledge. Often empires heavily depend of Adivasis the crucial access of resources. So like this is all about like this thing. Okay, student. So this is singular for you. Like what development कि कौन कौन से ऐसे विकास हो रही हैं, वी कैन से दैट आदिवासी के बीच, या फिर कौन से ऐसे कह सकते हैं कि चेंजेस आ रहे हैं हमारे वहाँ, ठीक है. वी कैन से लाइक ऑर्गेनिक प्रोडक्ट सच एज द लाइक ट्राइब्स कॉन्सेप्ट फैब इंडिया एंड लाइक Vesegra, Veda, and like companies are implying and Ayurvedic people as they have deep knowledge कि उनको जो है हर तरीके से जो है उनको बताया जा रहा है कि कैसे आप अपने लाइफ में एक सेट हो सकते हो, लाइक वी कैन से कैसे डेवलप होना है. तो लाइक दिस इज ऑल अबाउट. ओके, so now students, like you have to elaborate these particular questions, like how the we can say uh, like how the image of Adivasis is contrast to our image of Adivasis today as somewhat marginal and powerless communities. Yes, students. What do you think? Like we can say that, like a marginal group is the one that does not belong or which dwells. And we can say, and the Adivasis, the term of literally means the original inhabitants are the communities who lived like these type of things. Okay, so now like अगर हम बात करें तो because we can say the minorities and marginalization constitution like provides safeguard religious like linguistic like उनको जो उनका जो पावरलेस कैसा होता जा रहा है, because why they have like we can say that कि जो इनका एक आदिवासी स्टूडेंट somewhat marginal and powerless, so because of like we can say that like constitution provides safeguard to like religion, like religious and like linguistic like minorities as part of the fundamental rights. The term of minorities most like commonly used to refer to the communities that the like numerically small in like we can say relation to the like part like rest of the population. So all these things. Okay, students. So now move to next. Yes. So now like list 5 products that used to home that come from the forest. So like we can say there's fruits. Okay, there's the fruits. Okay, and then we can say also कि जो wood, ठीक है, wood we can say very good. We can say wood those like who produce like products that come from the forest. Okay, and then so all different things. So students, what do you think like Adivasis keep knowledge as so students, like what do you think Adivasis have deep knowledge of all the like medicinal products? Yes, because like they have like deep knowledge of access to most of the vast like tracts of the forest and forest resources. Adivasis also suggest like we can say कि जो उनको इसलिए डीप नॉलेज होता है क्योंकि वो उसी परिवेश में रहते हैं. अगर वी कैन से दैट कि उसी परिवेश में रहते हैं. लाइक दादू वाज फर्स्ट द लिविंग द विलेज इन लाइक ओडिशा बिकॉज दे वाज टोल्ड बाय द फॉरेस्ट ऑफिशियल्स. एंड अगर हम बात करें दे like beat the we can say they like beat the like 300. तो like ये सब जो कारण है we can say that उसका जो deep knowledge है because of like they explore that particular जो forest है वो explore करते हैं, वहाँ घूमते हैं और वहाँ जो देखते हैं observe करते हैं. तो that's why like they have deep knowledge about like these medicinal products related to forest. Okay, so now like one activity for you, like what is the like current scenario of Adivasi according to you? Yes, what is the current scenario of Adivasi according to you? Yes, so we can say the Adivasis of the Indian we can in current scenario, like the Adivasi are tribes of the Indian like subcontinents, we can say, and we can say also say that like who are considered indigenous. Okay, so like these things, and the term is a modern Sanskrit word coined in the 1930s by tribal political activities to give an like indigenous identity to like tribals. Okay, and by like claiming indigenous origin, and the term of also used for ethnic minorities. Okay, so all these things, and they are like comprise substantial minority population of India of the Bangladesh, making up 8.6 of million population. Okay, so this claim to one of the original inhabitants, and we can say the Adivasi studies a new scholarly field like drawing upon ethnology, uh, archaeology, anthropology, like Angrian history, environmental history, so like subaltern study and indigenous studies. So all these type of like Indian constants specific. Okay, so this is all about like today's scenario of Adivasis. Yes, student. Like, do you think that government and industries are playing important role in the like current like plight of Adivasis? Stick pictures of industries. Yes, very yes, students. What do you think? Like, do you think that government and industries are playing an important role in the current plight of Adivasis? Yes, what do you think? Like we can say that the government and industry take Adivasis land for development projects, but ignore their interest. But we can say that the National Commission for scheduled tribes has been like quite proactive in the last few months. If he has like prevailed upon the central government to the withdraw orders that it tough diluted. We can say that tribal rights asked we can say states to return unfairly acquired tribal lands and like remained governors of their power to protect Adivasis. Speaking to Scroll in the Commissioner Secretary Raghav, like Chandra explained why the Adivasis several parts of the country are upset with the projects like coming up of their land, and how two commissions has to play like central role and matters concerning Adivasis expertise. Okay, so this is all about. पर जो हम देखते हैं कि सोचते भी नहीं है बिकॉज बिकॉज उनको सोचना पड़ेगा बिकॉज तो गवर्नमेंट तो कभी भी सोचती भी है, पर जो कुछ कुछ जो वो होते हैं जो बिजनेसमैन, उनको जो है उनका नहीं पड़ा रहता, वो सोचते हैं कि नहीं हमारी जो कंपनी है वही सिर्फ होनी चाहिए, ठीक। तो लाइक दिस टाइप ऑफ, तो देन सो रोल ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रीज एंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट इन जैसे हमने डिस्कस किया, बेसिकली लाइक आदिवासीज वी कैन से लाइक आदिवासीज have been increasingly forced through the economic change and the forest policies and political force applied by the state and private industry to migrate to live as works in the planties and constitution site, and as well as industry as a domestic workers for the all the first time history. They do not control or have much direct access to the forest territories. Forest lands have been cleared for the timber and to get land for the agriculture and the industries. Adivasis have also lived in the areas that reach to minerals. There are takes mining industrial projects. Much of the time, the land that taken away for forcefully and produce either not allowed. So all these types of scenario with the these types of people. So उनके साथ वो हो रहा है. तो हमारे society में, तो we can say that. Okay. So now survey reports how Adivasis are displaced fix. Okay, तो जैसे हम देख सकते हैं उनको हटाया जा रहा है या उनको वो किया जा रहा है. तो observing the current economic situation of Adivasi these days, we can say moving toward poverty. Okay, we can say observing the current economic situation of Adivasis these days, why are they moving toward poverty? कि वो जो गरीबी की ओर क्यों बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. तो because the कारण fighting poverty in all the dimension lies the core of World Bank. वो है because of अगर वो जो उनको जो उनकी जो बेसिक एमिनिटीज है वो भी फुलफिल नहीं हो रही है, ठीक है, उनको फायदे के लिए उनको वहां से रिप्लेस कर दिए जा रहे हैं. दो गवर्नमेंट की भी जो स्कीम है वहां तक पहुंच नहीं पा रही है. तो दे जो है वो गरीबी रेखा में जाते जा रहे हैं, फिर उनको जो फॉरेस्ट एरिया है उन पे कब्जा जमाया जा रहा है, या फिर कह सकते हैं कि जो एक वो कर दिया जा रहा है. तो जो इनका जो एक रहना है, इनका जो खाना पीना है, फिर इनकी जो बेसिक नीड्स है जो फॉरेस्ट पे डिपेंड था, वो जो है इनसे छिन रही है. Like this is all about like we can say that economic situation of Adivasis. And like test your like briefly describe which sectors of Indian citizen are responsible for the deprivation and low socio-economic status. तो जो अगर हम कह सकते हैं कि which like briefly describe which sectors of Indian citizens are responsible for the deprived and low socio-economic status. तो like we can say कि जो most economic sectors are like affected whether through lockdown measures and हम कह सकते हैं बहुत सारे इसमें भी हुए हैं कि जो एक महामारी आ जाती है फिर कुछ ऐसा हो जाता है जो अनफेयर होता है हमारे लिए. तो like this is all about. Okay, so now students in this particular in this today class we discuss about like about Adivasis and then like their tradition and all this about Adivasis. Okay, so some question for you, like you have to answer this question. Why are only the Adivasis community stereotyped? So like how are the like Adivasis are the like invariably like portrayed to very stereotypical ways in color, food, customs, like headgear and the, like, throughout their dancing. People like seem to like know because they have they have they have know little about we can say that the realities about their lives, which often wrongly leads people to believe that they are exotic, primitive and backward. Okay, and second thing is like do you think that we can say do you think that empires and kings were highly dependent on Adivasis and why? So like we can say that क्योंकि जो एम्पायर है या फिर जो बेसिकली दे डिपेंड रहते थे टू द लाइक मार्जिनाइज टू बी फोर्स टू ऑक्यूपाई. उनको फोर्सली ऑक्यूपाई कर ले जाते थे क्योंकि वहाँ बहुत सारे रिसोर्सेज मिलते थे. तो लाइक viewed and being the human that the marginalized group are the viewed with the history, so this sense of difference and exclusion leads to communities to not we can say they not get and they we can हम कह सकते हैं कि उनको उन चीजों को वहां नहीं मिल पाती. What are the source of income of for Adivasi? Like what is the source of income for Adivasis? So we can say that like a source of yes students. What is the source of income for Adivasis? So like we can say that like major source of income is wages with 70, like you can say 71.5% share. And out of the 200 case studies, I have 196 case showed some income from wages. That means only 40 people had no income whatever from wages. On average on Adivasis labor gets 160 days of work in a year. तो उनको जो वेजेस पे उनका जो एक इनकम आता है फिर कह सकते हैं जो काम करते हैं लाइक दिस इज ऑल अबाउट. ओके स्टूडेंट, so this thing clear for you? Yes. So now this is homework for you. Homework is like first question is like research and find or the ethnic scheduled, okay, scheduled tribes and we can say and or Adivasis who belong to your state or area. Write about them in a detailed manner by monitoring their culture, religion, folk, dance and festival celebrated by them. And then second thing is like destruction in like one spare naturally improve that other. In the light of these statement, analyze why it is the important that Adivasis should have a say in how their forests and forest lands used to write or not the less 150 words. And then like third is like this is link for you, like visit this link and read about the displacement and like we can say deprivation of Adivasi in 2022 and mention the strategy implemented by the government to shape the preserve and the right of Adivasi in your activity book. Okay, student. So this is all about from my side. I hope this is clear for you. Okay, thank you so much, student. Thank you.